A lot of us have personal favorites. A lot of us like games. A lot of us, prefer one game over the other game in the cycle that is, well, gaming. But there's one game that I have promised to review that in the series comes to me as particularly different and just it trying to change the formula is what makes it so special. It's what makes it such a good experience. It's what makes it so good to play and so fun and so enjoyable, and in this one's case, so terrifying. Introducing to you the greatest Slendytubbies game ZeroWorks has ever made. Slendytubbies 2. Just where we can get a feel for Slendytubbies 2. I'm just gonna let you guys see the opening without me talking, with no commentary. Just where you can see how it would feel to go into Slendytubbies 2 on your own. Not gonna lie, pretty epic experience. For me saying this, you can already tell what I'm trying to say here. Slendytubbies 2 is the greatest Slendytubbies game ever made. There's no doubt that Slendytubbies 2 is the greatest Slendytubbies game by far. Slendytubbies 2 was the most advertised and also the second oldest and second released Slendytubbies game. It came out about 4 years after the V2 beta, which came out in 2012 because this game released in late 2015. This game, it changed everything. If it wasn't for this game, then Slendytubbies 3 would not, it probably wouldn't even exist. This game changed up the formula in so many ways that it didn't have to, and all around turned into a terrifying experience. So, getting into the review since I'm live commentary kind of thing, because, too broke for an editor. Um, let's get into the multiplayer side of things. Oh, it doesn't exist. So basically, ZeroWorks had to shut the multiplayer down for two reasons. Mainly, they didn't want to keep it around anymore because it was old and it had the server system, which we still have in Slendytubbies 2. What's the game called? It's terrible. I reviewed it. It's Slendytubbies Anniversary, the port that I call the worst port ever. And I don't regret that statement. The server system was awful. It was really bad, and I'm happy they did away with it. But besides from that, and even though it doesn't have a multiplayer, the single player does make up for that. I'm still going to take score off from the game because it doesn't have a godforsaken multiplayer mode, which means I'm going to take at least 3 points off for that. In the settings, basically the same as Slendytubbies 3. You already know me. I'm a gamer. But this game is probably the best Slendytubbies game by far, and that's not even me just sucking it off. That's me just telling how it is. Because, well, Slendytubbies 2 changed everything. And when I say that, I really do mean Slendytubbies 2 changed everything. It changed the whole dynamic of what Slendytubbies is and would be. And I'm kind of happy it did that. Because if it would have done that, then well, what would Slendytubbies be now? Nothing. So the game is quite old, and the graphics aren't fantastic. It still definitely works. So the main gameplay loop is almost identical to Slendytubbies 3, in that you walk around the map and you look for custards. There's only one game mode in this game since the multiplayer was removed, that being collect, which I already covered in my Slendytubbies 3 multiplayer video. Go check it out. I'll have the link in the description. But anyways, this game changed everything for two reasons. First of all, it added the night vision camera, which in this game is required to win. It also changed how the Slendytubbies work and feel, which now work quite a bit better. Better if you get what I mean. Now they don't work the same way, where they, oh, you know me, live commentary channel. I get spooked. I did not expect that. But anyways, you know how the game is basically. It's the same as the last one. You run around, collect custard. It's the same gameplay loop, and it works. I would also like to say that the ambience in this game is terrifying. I know you can't hear it, and I really don't want to pause the game or exit to turn this up, but I will show you once I get to the next section that I'm not talking about gameplay, the ambience. But, God, it speaks for itself, really. Anyways, more about the gameplay. The game, I'm gonna put the gameplay and the graphics together because they work key and key together. Because night vision camera gets rid of all fog on the map. It makes it easier for you to see. The gameplay for the Slendytubbies is a lot different, though you are still the same. WASD keys, spacebar to jump, and you use your right vision camera with right mouse button. The graphics in this game are a lot toned down because this game was made in the Terra engine, which was, I mean, it's kind of a flex to have your own engine that you make your own games in. Am I right, boys? Kind of a Chad move on ZeoWix' part, by the way. The other good thing about this is, well, it really looks old. You can tell the difference between it and the other games. This is definitely, it looks a lot more like the original. It definitely looks a lot more like the original game does because, well, it's not up to date. Though the original game was not made in the same engine as this, which is kind of sad. Sad because this is the original game would be looking ahead of its time. Another thing about this game is the models. Some of the models in this game are still used in Slendytubbies 3, and that can really tell you how well these things hold up. I mean, it's good. They switched to Unity, dude, and they're still using models from the Terra engine game, bro. The models, you can tell them out in Slendytubbies 3 specifically because they're lower res, but they still work. Another thing about the AI is all of them have the exact same AI. They run around and they really look for custards. They circle around the custards for a bit, and then they go to the nearest custard. Basically, the only one that changes from this is Tiki Winky Classic, who I'm never gonna be able to review that game because it does not work. But basically he follows you around the entire time. He never goes to circle the custard or anything, which basically adds to it. Now, next up, let's get to the ambience. The ambience in this game is pretty special, but I'll have to jump cut here, where I can actually let you, like, get a feel for it, if you get what I mean. Alright, hold on. Just gonna jump cut real quick, and just let you get a little feel for the ambience. really didn't let you know how scary the ambience in this game is, then I don't know what to tell you. The mainland and the lake are the two with the scariest ambience, and that's why I chose them as the perfect cut. Another thing about this game is some of the models are terrifying. Getting into the models, I can't show them, but I might, because I might get an editor by the time this video goes up, and I might edit this completely. If I do, then good on me. But the models in this game are terrifying, as you can see from my gameplay. Lake Dipsy, ginormous, walks around. I feel like the Terra engine did really well at creating scary like models, but the environment didn't go as well. Another thing I would like to say in the audio department is there's so much going on, especially on the lake. You can hear the rain, you can hear the water moving, you can hear Lake Dipsy talking, which is actually a really like amazing part of this game. Because on mainland and on lake, you can hear them both talking. You can actually hear Tiki Winky and Lake Dipsy. You can hear them both talk, and it's slightly terrifying because it comes at random. It's not like a sound cue. It happens at random on the map, and it's really spooky, and it works really well. I feel like Lake might have the less scarier ambience there because the sounds that mainland makes it's such a terrifying noise that just it invokes a primal fear in me. I really don't know how it just really hits me that way. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, subscribe. I release videos like this every week. Come on, join the family. Come on, subscribe to Scout Plays. So close to 20 subs. Really want to get to 20 subs by the end of this month. Have a happy October, guys, and I will see you all in the next video. By the way, overall review for all of Slendytubbies 2. Slendytubbies 2, it's a 7 out of 10. The only bad part about this game is that it has no multiplayer. I could rate it down for the graphics, but hey, what are you gonna do? The graphics in this game being toned down also makes it a lot scarier. But you could say the night vision camera also makes it look just ugly, but it doesn't on a lot of the maps. It just makes it a ton more scarier. It's also accurate how a night vision camera would actually work. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you liked it, then well, I just said subscribe. Come on, come on. I'm desperate. I need some subscribers. Anyways, this is Scout Place, signing off.